Hello, everybody. I'm your host tonight, Anuhazi, and tonight we are going live with our star sister. Her name is Shelly, but she goes by Stardust Goddess, Stardust Christos Goddess on our YouTube channel. So first, I'd like her to say hello, Shelly.
Uh, Hey guys, happy to be here. I'm excited.
Yeah, and we've been talking about this for a while. Got you back on here. So happy to have you, Shelly. Um,
I'm honored to be here in a hobby.
This is about Shelley's experience, and she's, you would say, you identify as an indigo child, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Indigo type 1.
Yeah. And so, for a lot of you who don't know what that is, that's an identity of your consciousness from higher dimensional levels that a lot of us can start to remember and perceive. And so, this is also it's the indigos and the star seeds, some people call those empaths or light workers. They're the ones who have these psychic abilities to tonight's topic. And when you start having psychic perceptions, you start to see all kinds of paranormal, supernatural phenomena. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about tonight with Shelly and her personal experiences. And you told me, Shelly, that you were having these experiences since you were a child. About how old were you? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Um, I don't remember much up until second grade. My whole childhood, I don't remember up until second or maybe third grade. So about second grade is when I began swinging. When I would swing by myself, I would get the wind blowing to blow me, to push me. But about second grade, I would say, is when I can remember. I'm sure it was before then. I was alone a lot. And my grandmother and I,
Shelly?
uh-huh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I must have muted that. So isn't it I think it's, wait, sorry. I think it's very interesting that you say you don't remember, like nothing at
Mhm.
all? Nothing normal, nothing weird
Well, I remember when I broke my collarbone, and I remember
before second
waking.
grade?
Yeah, I was in kindergarten or first grade. I think first grade, and I broke my collarbone. I remember that. When I remember waking up in the hospital because I would get croup when I was little during this season change. It's
Hmm.
like asthma. And
Okay.
I remember waking up in the hospital, sleeping in one of the oxygen tents. But as far as anything else, I really don't. I don't remember much. That's I don't remember teachers. I don't remember friends. I don't remember. I mean, I remember the car that we had. We had an old station wagon, and I remember where we lived. But as far as anything other than that, I don't have any memory of it. So
Okay.
I don't know. I think that goes with the type 1 though.
Yeah, it's something called a walk-in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me explain that to the audience. A walk-in is, like she said, something that you'll even hear in these teachings, and even Ashiana has said all indigo type ones are walk-ins, including herself, by the way. And so I had my experience. I believe it was when I had the UFO experience, but it can happen when you're a child. I think it happened to Ashiana when she was a child, possibly. And so what that is it's a braided walk-in. It comes in. Oh, first of all, there was a avatar, a lesser avatar that was starting the life and preparing the body, literally preparing the consciousness. It has to be prepared for a higher walk-in. So that's the whole process, the whole point of a walk-in. So then the higher self of Shelley would have come in, for example. We're making an example. And then that makes sense why you wouldn't remember stuff.
Right. Yeah,
So,
because I was always thought maybe I had trauma making me block it out. But then I found you and you taught me about indigo type ones. So
Yes.
yay. So
Well, one of my questions is, do you have any family by chance that are in the military or any type of background like that, or not really?
yeah, my mom's
Oh,
dad. My mom's dad was a lieutenant colonel in the army during World War II. And my whole family's military. My whole family's military, Masons, um, cops, FBI, Homeland Security, ordained ministers. So, and then there's me.
holy cow.
And then here I am.
I ask you that question because um, while we talk about that aliens and other worlds and other dimensions, well, so does the secret space program. And so you probably have seen my SSP videos, right, Shelly?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So they choose they select kids, they groom kids.
Yeah.
Um, there's a few
I've
of our
often, I've wondered if
family.
that's happened to me.
Yeah, they have these programs that they're testing kids with, it's so weird and bizarre. But and we know that these people, secret government, secret military, they have abilities to wipe minds too, so
Yeah. 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 It absolutely makes me wonder. I mean, my babysitter, her husband was in the Shriners. So it's like I was around just so many different clubs, that, and then my grandpa being in the military, my uncles, my brother, my dad tried, but he got kicked out. but, but yeah, I'm in a family full of military and all the good titles.
so do you see anyone in your family who's also maybe kind of like you, who's experienced these psychic perceptions and all that?
Oh,
Or,
my grandma.
oh,
My grandma, yeah, she was an amazing woman. Oh yeah, she did a lot of crazy stuff we thought was crazy when we were little, but now I'm like, oh, thanks, Grandma. Um, just knowing what we were going to ask before we said anything, like I was pulling into her driveway going to see if she wanted pizza, and I said, "Hey, Grandma," and she was pulling weeds in her flowers, and she turns around and says, "No, kids, I don't want any pizza. Go without me." So we went without her. And my cousin snuck boys upstairs and she in the attic. She went straight through the dark attic and snatched them up. She knew right where they were. She had seances, which is not a good thing to do, but she did. And
wait, that's one of your other relatives?
my grandma,
She was doing seances.
yeah,
So
in
she
her home.
was okay.
Yeah. And then her home caught on fire. So don't do seances. They're not good.
Good tip, right?
Yeah, the tip of the night for me. Yeah, she
But
always had bells hanging around, and we didn't catch on to that, but she went to church. I mean, she
yeah,
believed in God,
yeah. Well,
but
the Jehovah God.
right, that God. Yeah.
So,
Um,
but she was experiencing these paranormal abilities that the
oh
church
yeah,
doesn't teach you about. Actually, the church
right.
demonizes those
Yeah,
abilities.
absolutely they do. Yeah. Um, yeah, no, I grew up in a Catholic family. I'm a recovered Catholic, is what I call it. Um, I don't know. I guess I just seen through all of it. I had a lot of questions, like church didn't make sense, school didn't make sense to me. I don't know. I just disconnected when we went. And for
Well,
some reason, I wasn't one of the children that wanted to go to little Bible class down in the basement either. I think I went one time and I think I got a bad vibe and I never went back to Bible class.
well, just when you say basement, that doesn't even make me feel good.
Right? In the basement of the church, real close to the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I want to say that a lot of indigos, like you, like me, like a lot of our brothers and sisters, we have those feelings about church when we're forced to go to church. We something is not right there, You even if you
Right.
don't understand it, right? I
Right.
mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then I never understood drinking Jesus' blood and eating his flesh.
yeah.
And then my aunt would always say, even when she heard that I was remembering who I was and my abilities were coming back and getting stronger and everything, she said, well, just make sure that you cover yourself in the blood of Jesus to
Oh my
protect
gosh.
you.
Yeah, that's
So,
that hardcore programming, ancient
right,
programming.
right. So,
S-
yeah, I never got it. Thank goodness I never got it or never tried.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, I had to live all that though, I suppose.
so your grandma, and I
And
mean around that age period, because I know some of your
yeah,
grandchildren are, but back
yeah.
then, who else? Was there anybody else?
Um, no, not that I'm aware of.
And
Um,
they do say it skips a generation usually, so it's your grandma, it skipped a generation to you,
right.
not your mom, so or
Yeah,
dad.
yeah, yeah. And I'm grateful. I thank
And
grandma every day for it. I love it.
oh, I want to say you guys that even though her grandma was doing seances, this is an important thing to understand. A lot of us come from the occult, come from the New Age. We didn't, for example, her grandma didn't have these books. She didn't have the Christos. We're just feeling options that we notice other people don't. We try to find answers somewhere. We get
Right.
involved in magic, the occult, into New Age, and because we don't know better, because that's the only thing that's sort of answering some of our questions.
Yeah. My grandma actually seen a UFO. Yeah. So I don't know the whole story, but they lived out on a farm and she seen a UFO out back of the farm. I wish I would have asked more questions before she left, but I didn't get to. And then she seen also a ghost. She was little and didn't want to go to the outhouse. So she was on the porch and she said a ghost just floated right over the top of her. But
Mhm.
we know ghosts are just other dimensional beings now. And
Yeah,
right? Instead of,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, there's disembodied spirits, but there's also just beings who are, I want to make a note there that you don't have to be taking medicine to be psychic. Obviously, she was just a kid and
yeah,
experiencing these things naturally, and that's how we're supposed to be doing it, by the way. But
yeah.
um, yeah. So that's what kind of you said you've seen UFOs. I've seen UFOs. It's
Oh,
usually
oh,
these
yeah,
type of people who see them.
yeah, yeah. I've had one that stays over the top of me from the last place that I lived. Um, and then I moved here and it followed me here. And I know it's the same one because of pictures, because I zoom way in, like way in, and I can see the aura and everything around what's up there. And and you just know, you feel it if it's the same one or not. And she's been hanging out with me for 6 years that I know of.
When you say she, you mean the UFO?
Yeah. Because I actually wonder if it could be a reflection of my
Mhm.
light. I don't know. I look at things in a whole different way than other people do.
Yes,
But
your intuition, your feeling
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. And
So,
that's what I get when I see because of the color of the aura. And I don't know. I've just felt that. I've just felt that.
and so this is you felt like positive, like it seems
Oh,
like someone's
absolutely.
watching over you,
Or
protecting
my
you.
guardian. Yeah, guardians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's indigo and blue, the aura around it,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and then white. It's beautiful. Really beautiful.
And that's something we're going to talk about a little bit later. Shelly is, loves to look into the sky, so you've caught a lot of things like this,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I get a lot of answers from. Because I've asked my higher self, if I don't hear you, then put it where I'll get it. So it comes in the sky a lot to me because I'm so busy all the time with the grandchildren here. But so yeah, there's a lot revealed to me.
Um, I was going to ask you, like, when did you first realize you had psychic abilities as a child? Do you
I
know about?
didn't I didn't think that it was, I thought everybody could
Right,
do,
right.
so I didn't even notice until a year or two ago. And then it just clicked and I was like, I've been doing this the whole time and it's I'm receiving, I'm hearing the answers. And I just thought it was just me talking to myself. But because it finally clicked, I was doing dishes one day and I asked a question out loud and then I immediately gave myself the answer out loud and it just clicked and I was like, oh. And from there on, I now know that it is me, but it's a higher version of me giving me the answers to the questions that I ask. And I found out all you
Yeah,
have to do is ask.
yeah.
And you can even
That's
ask
a form of
for,
putting intention.
right, exactly, exactly. Um, but then, and just say how you would like to receive the answer so you'll know that it's the
Right.
answer. Like in a video, if you scroll all day, then a video will pop up with the answer, or it'll come, and it comes how you ask them to give it to you. So it's cool once you realize that you've been doing it this whole time.
Yeah, I wanted to say that, like she mentioned, Shelly, a lot of kids don't know those are special abilities or it's a
Right,
psychic ability. They have no reference to what a psychic ability is. We have
right,
senses, five senses, but the kids will have more senses, but they don't know that it's only happening to them until some circumstance in life says makes them think that. And I think you said
right.
you were watching some of my videos and that made you realize some of that, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. You're the teachings and you being
Yeah, the
here,
teachings. Yeah.
like, yeah, that just answered so many questions and made so much sense. And it changed everything for me. It changed the way I looked at everything, that I look at everything. And it changes you once you realize who you are, who we are, you're never alone, ever, ever, ever alone.
And you said that was
And
a couple years ago, so that's kind of like your spiritual awakening, right?
yeah, yeah. I had a out of body near death experience
Oh, wow.
at the beginning of 2021. And I think that was just a kick in my butt to wake me up, to get my attention. And it got my attention because I've not been the same since. I've started the spiritual stuff and started with the Reiki stuff, not me doing it, but just watching it. But then I
Well,
felt off about that even before I even knew the teachings.
yeah,
Because if you're receiving
you're,
someone's energy and they've had a bad day, you're
yeah,
getting all that on you
yeah.
and they can like take yours.
This,
So I
well, this
never
is
got
what, this is why these teachings teach you to throw up your
exactly
Maharic seal before you engage in some type of interaction or group effort, you know.
right, right. And that's so important. So important. Um, but I forget what I was talking about. Um, but yeah, shielding, I can
Yeah.
tell a big difference when when I first started, when I would shield and before when I didn't know I was supposed to, which I always surrounded myself. I always I always called it a bubble of love. So I always knew to surround myself with
Mhm.
love and positivity and all that. I mean, that come natural, I guess. because I knew. And
You're doing your own grid work, your
I
own
am.
protection work.
I always have. It's so odd because I'll feel like, oh well, I need to start doing this. I need to start whatever it is. And then the next thing I know, it's all over everywhere. Like everyone's posting about that. And it's like it it was just crazy to me at first. I mean, now it's awesome. I think it's really cool. But in the beginning I was like, why does that keep happening? That's so weird. But even the first time that um I did one of the shields, I knew that I had done it before, but I had never done it before this lifetime.
Like
But
deja vu?
yeah, yeah, it's like I've done this before. And so, yeah, even the shielding techniques and stuff,
Mhm.
because, yeah, was deja vu to me. I knew I had done them. So then that really pulled me into the teachings because I knew that I'd done it. And if they're teaching to do that, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, and I guess that was a couple years ago because that's when I found you, or maybe a little over a couple years. But
So
but
now
yeah,
your love bubble just got stronger.
it did.
Right?
And it continues. And now
Yeah.
your guys' love bubbles are intertwined
Yeah, of
with
course.
mine now
Of
because we all
course.
met.
I wanted to
Yeah.
ask, even in your later adult life, maybe even, how did your like family or friends, react when you shared, or did you even share some of these early experiences?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I take my phone. My mom's 85 and I'll take pictures and I'll take them over to her and I'll get her to where she can see what I'm showing her. So then when I show her the phone again, it pops out at her like another one. So I'm working on my mom too. But yeah, no, they all think I'm crazy and I love it. But um, I
Yeah,
just,
that's like a badge of honor.
it is absolutely, yeah, yeah. I love my weird. Um, but yeah, and I don't really talk to my brothers that much. I just, I love them and I want the best for them, but I'd rather not be around all that stuff, just all the drama and all the wow wow and it's like be
Well,
happy,
you
smile.
know, you know how they would have probably reacted. Probably that's why you wanted to keep it private, right?
Well, oh, I let them know too. I show them pictures.
Okay.
And my middle brother, he was a cop and now he works for Homeland Security and military and straight 3D. And I start telling him stuff and he was like, "Oh, that's a conspiracy theory." And I said, "It's not a conspiracy theory after it's been proven." And he was like,
Conspiracy
"Oh,
fact.
exactly." So, yeah, I don't stop. I mean, I don't cry it, but I definitely speak my mind and I let him know. I'm They respect it. I mean, they don't talk down to me about it. They tell me I'm crazy and they laugh, but I laugh with them because I think it's funny too. And that makes me even show them more stuff and
Yeah.
tell them more stuff.
Yeah.
But they listen.
Well, I was talking about like in Sedona where you were telling us some of your actual things that you could experience, clairvoyance, clairsentience. Did you tell
Yeah.
any of your family about those abilities? Or,
Yeah, the other day actually. It was
oh,
right before I went to Sedona. My daughter, there were two different times in one day that she started to say something, or it was right before she was going to say it, and I answered her before she even said it. And that she was like, "Okay, mom." She said, "That's two times today." She said, "You need to at least let me get the thought out before you answer me."
well, that's a form of
But yeah,
precognition.
yeah. And then my boys, actually, my youngest son, when he was 14, he come to me and was telling me about indigos. and telling me that he was an indigo, and
Who
he's
was this?
noticing my son, my youngest son, when he was
Oh,
14. Yeah, he come to me teaching me and teaching me about angel numbers, and it was just really cool. So, I mean, my children, they know my stuff. My middle son, I gave a message to a friend of his from his sister because his sister had passed away. And I said, "Hey, Cody." And I gave him a message. And Trey said, my son, he said, "Yeah, mom thinks she's a psychic now." And I was like, "But was I right?" And Cody said, "Yeah." So, and I gave Cody an owl. Oh, a crystal, an amethyst crystal, an owl on his sister's birthday, not knowing it was her birthday. Her birthstone is amethyst, and her favorite animal was an owl. And I had no idea of any of that. I just know that she had passed away, and I had this owl that I gifted him. And come to find out, it was his sister's birthday, and amethyst was her birthstone, and her favorite animal was an owl, and it was an owl. So
wow. Yeah.
things like that happen. Um, but I'm not really around much of my family for them to
Yeah.
really know. I mean, my aunts, they know, and they're one of them's a hardcore Catholic, and she's sending me stuff about psychics, offering to pay for a class for me, and like, thank you. I don't need a class, but
Well,
thank you.
maybe it's what you're posting on social media, maybe.
Well, I she stayed with me for a little while because she had cancer, and I started giving her a bunch of herbs and all to alkaline her body, the lemon and all that good stuff. So she she kind of bonded with me. So she
Oh,
sends me things like
yeah.
that if she thinks I'd be interested and want me to become a holistic doctor. And she's
Oh, did it help her?
it
Or,
did. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, she's
wow.
recovered. Yeah. Yeah, her cancer's gone. So,
OMG. What
yeah,
a,
and that's been a long time. That was before any of the teachings or anything. I just was it just had read, I guess, or heard how to help. But I mean, I was kind of interested in all of it, but I didn't know where really to begin with any of it. So I started with herbs because I love plants and herbs was natural. And then I found you and the teachings, you being live and me connecting so much to the teachings. There's no denying it. I mean, no denying it at all. There's so many connections to me. It still kind of blows my mind when I think about some of it.
you
But
found your family.
I did. I did. I did. Yes, I knew I did though. Um, yeah, I felt all your guys' energy, and yeah, we're definitely family. My whole family here, of everyone here, amazing, beautiful souls.
Yeah.
My favorite place to be.
And when we met in Sedona, that was kind of like m more confirmation for you, wasn't it?
Oh, oh,
I
absolutely.
think for all of us, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Well, everyone was just exactly as they are. Someone was asked me, "Well, what's Anna Halsey like?" I said, "Watch his live. He that's who he is."
Yeah.
But the energy, you can just feel the energy. Um, I actually felt your energy through the live, and I knew that I had known you. Well, the same with Celine and Indigo and Stir Madison and Giannis, all, and even them that aren't mods. Like, there's a lot of people here that I know. I just know that they're family, real family. Um,
Yeah, well, we come to Earth in our missions as in a group. We incarnate as a group. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's an amazing thing when everything starts falling into place. and then you start meeting, actually meeting your family, and you know it, you feel it, you and you say it a lot. It's not something that you believe or something that you have faith in. It's like it's something that you
Something you
know.
know.
It's a no.
Yeah.
And once you feel that, and once you know, like
Hmm.
I am totally flexible with anything. I will listen to everybody's side
Beliefs
because,
and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like everybody is a piece of the puzzle and it takes us all. So I listen to everybody. But it's it's just crazy when you actually meet and know. It's a strong feeling
Yeah.
knowing.
And what that builds up to is we realize that wow, I actually have a mission while I'm here. I'm supposed to be doing something here, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah, yeah, because then it is that, and then you go on the hunt for your mission, and what am I? Tell me, please, what
purpose,
am I to
yeah.
do here? So, yeah,
I
talk
wanted to
with
ask
the.
you,
Mhm.
Shelly, uh, is there any specific abilities like that that's strong for you, whether it's clairvoyance or just empathy or maybe getting
Um,
readings or
I'm very empathetic. Um, I don't know all the clear words for everything, but
well,
um,
seeing, hearing, feeling, touching,
yeah, yeah, and
well,
I
yeah,
think that I have
knowing.
probably all those except the one that's taste, but I smell. I think my strongest one is just knowing and reading
Claircognizance.
somebody. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I can read a text from someone that I don't even know, that I've never met. And I know exactly, I feel it through their text, the intent that they had when they were typing that text.
Hmm.
I can hear how they're saying it, the emotion that they're putting into it. Um, yeah, it's
And
crazy.
distance doesn't matter. They could be across the
It's
world texting you or whatever.
Oh, it's happened, yeah, many
Yeah.
times. And it's like block. Or if
Oh,
someone's yelling at you,
yeah.
it's like, even if they're being nice, I feel those words come out at me. Like the words, just the text is yelling at me. And it don't even have to be capitals. Um, oh, and I just had something else come to mind that me and you had talked about. Um,
Go for it.
I can't remember. Um,
Well, you will probably
Telepathy. I know some of the time.
really like hearing
Yeah,
someone's thoughts
yeah,
or
yeah. Me and grandma used to do that.
wow.
Yeah, she freaked me out a couple times, sitting at home and thinking for the phone to ring, and the phone would ring and it'd be my grandma, but she would have called the wrong number, or calling someone as they're thinking of you, or receiving or sending a text when you think of them. And I mean, that's not coincidence. There's no coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. Um,
No,
and deja
it's
vu, I have that a lot, but that's not really an ability thing.
well,
Well, anybody,
it's
everyone,
like
I think, has abilities.
yeah, that's like a multi-dimensional perception or not just
Yeah,
precog what happened, but you're right. All humans have that ability, but not everyone's on a spiritual journey, so they're not like
yeah.
exercising it. Just like
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to exercise your body, you need to exercise in meditation your
Right,
consciousness. So,
right. Um, there was another one that me and you talked about, and I had thought of it and it went away. It'll come back though.
was it related to
Um,
Sedona or anything? Or
well, that I just had a thought. I picked up one of the rocks in Sedona.
oh,
Um,
psychometry, feeling a whole record or history behind it. Whoever touched it.
yeah. I well, I it told me what it was. Is that weird? Because, okay, this is another thing. Rocks. I can look at a rock, and most of them used to be living beings. And I can look at a rock and I can tell you what it was, um, what part of the rock, what part of it is of that being. Like I picked a rock up the other day out front, and I got looking at it, and then I realized it was stu- a turtle or a snake had been mushed and everything,
Mhm.
and that's what it was. And
You
it
mean
grossed me out so bad to touch the rock
like a
that I had to
fossil?
get my, uh,
Like a fossil, or it was just some dead
it,
animal that was merged into the rock?
no, it was a fossil. All the rocks, for some reason, that I pick up
Hmm.
seem to be petrified animals.
I see.
Um, I, for like a month, every rock I picked up was a piece of a petrified turtle. And I was like, what's going on? And I talked to a cousin. Um, I think he's a geologist or something, but he knows all about crystals. And I told him about all the turtles I'd been finding. And next time I seen him, he brought me, it's a petrified shell. And on the inside of it, a turtle shell. On the inside, it has smoky quartz growing from the shell. So he didn't tell me I was right or wrong when I messaged him. He just brought me that rock
Uh,
and gave it to me to tell me that, yeah, but I can just look at like a mountain and see what it is. I can look at a rock and see what it was or what it is. But I picked up one of the rocks in Sedona. It was, I don't know which tortoises. I don't know which one it was. But I thought, wow, this is shaped kind of like a scale. And it was like a blue, like it would have been I can't say the word luminescent when it
yeah.
was alive. And
Wow.
I heard the word dinosaur, or not dinosaur, dragon, when I picked it up.
Wow.
I touched it and was looking at it. It said dragon. And I started looking around, and yeah, they were dragon scales. They're not blue in my pictures, but I have a couple pictures of the shapes and all. And you can see where they fit together. And yeah, yeah. So I
Well,
see a lot too. I can see a lot. I see a lot.
well, I want to say that real quick that we're everything's multidimensional. Even the rock was multidimensional. It has identities throughout the dimensions. You have identities throughout the dimensions.
Right.
But some beings are expanding, some beings are falling, and I've even heard Ashiana herself, speaker one, talk about, let's say, a human can fall into a 2D template because you lose a strand of DNA. Now
Right.
you can't fit into a human uh, form. Now you have to go into an animal form or elemental or plant form. Those plant forms could fall even further into a rock form or subatomic atomic form. So these beings are all going to have, as you, as a psychic person, can perceive that rock, its whole, some of its history, incarnational family. So it's
Mm,
not so hard to believe that you can perceive some dragon scales or reptilian scales or whatever, or some dialogue or memory, right?
right. Yeah. Yeah. It was odd to me, actually, when I heard dragon, because the color I was looking, I was, I don't know, but then I heard that and it made sense. And then that's another reason I didn't take any rocks away, because I had a couple rocks that I wanted to bring home and I couldn't do it because I felt that they needed to be there out of respect. And I just felt that they didn't want to leave. So I didn't bring them. I left them there
Out of respect.
out of respect, of course. Love and respect.
Can you give me, wait, a moment here, Shelly?
Of course.
Um, I got these different windows open. One second. I want to say thank you to Paulina over Solite. Thank you so much for being a member. We got some more members from Marion 1998. Um, but Giannis, thank you, Star Sister, for your donation. Bless you, Holy Ones. One of our moderators. It makes a big difference. 999. Love that frequency. We also have Syrian Star Princess. Wow. That was a powerful donation. Thank you, sister. Bless you. Much respect to you. Hope you guys are enjoying tonight's live. If you have any questions for Shelly, please write them in the comments. Tag them for me, or one of the moderators will let us know. And because we're going to be talking a little bit here. So, all right, Shelly, sorry about that.
No, you're good. No need to apologize.
Um, this kind of goes into, well, actually, before we change topic, I want to ask you, um, you because you were with us in sharing some of the things in Sedona that you were perceiving, whether it was in the sky when we saw the UFO or feeling deja vu on one of our hikes. Can you tell us a little about some of those things you were perceiving in our Sedona trip, besides the
Um,
turtle?
well, I felt it all over, but especially the last vortices that we've visited, the skyline, I felt and seen. It's terrible. And I don't like saying it because I don't like labels and titles and all that stuff.
You
But
mean the airport Mesa one with the
yeah,
reptilian
yeah,
energy we saw there?
so many, but I've seen them. I'm to the point now that I can look at well, not all the time. I'm taking that back. A lot of the time, I can look at someone and I can tell what
Their
how
soul
to,
essences?
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And I seen a lot of reptilian in Sedona, but especially at that last vortices. It really,
Around the 5G towers, no less.
yes, yes, of course.
I mean, that's where they were having their pictures taken
Oh
right next
yeah,
to the 5G tower.
they were partying right there. I was running through because I was so nauseous from being next to it. I'm trying to get through, and all this big
Yeah,
families like posing and
just for context, everybody, it was me and Shelly and Celine and Giannis on that Pacific hike, and we were returning back from the hike, but we had no choice. We had to go through them because they were sitting taking these photos, and you're right, Shelly. You could see their vibe. I can see their attitude. I can see their body language. You didn't have to
yeah,
be psychic to know it wasn't this alignment, right?
right, right, right. I can even tell by just people's structures that sound weird, like how they're built and the shape of their head.
Well, we're talking
And
about hybrids.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And then of course the eyes.
yeah.
But um, but
But
yeah,
also the
I've
facial structure, you said.
oh yeah, yeah. Just the different shapes of heads and stuff. I'm I always say I know I'm weird, but I guess just because I don't know, I'm by myself a lot, so I really know me and
Mhm.
I practice. I practice on my vision and I practice on all of it. Um, and then on plant medicine, I seen Stephen Greer on a video. I was done, about done with it. And I seen him and oh my goodness.
Hardcore
I
reptilian,
oh
right?
yeah,
Or Anunnaki, which one?
no reptilian.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
okay.
I seen yeah,
He's an unusual looking dude, by the way,
he's
and
a
he
snake.
does have some weird vibes and energies. I wonder who he's working for.
Exactly. Exactly. You know anyone that's big like that and they're disclosing all this information, they're getting paid and they haven't passed away. So they're working just
Yeah.
fine.
They
It's
haven't
just,
been threatened or said to stop
right,
talking.
right. So therefore, they're not telling the whole truth. And that's what they do. They give you truth and then
Oh
deceit
yeah, they
on a
sprinkle
big part.
sprinkle a little bit of truth around their BS and distortion.
Right,
And yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I was telling everyone that about Bashar too. And then you looked him up
Oh,
on here. And I was
you're
like, I
gonna open
knew
up a
it.
whole other can of worms here, dear. Please tell
Well,
us.
you looked up Bashar
Oh yeah.
and
When people ask me, yeah,
remember?
yeah.
Yeah. And he was a type of gray, I believe. Not good according to the Guardians. Not one that wants to befriend us. I'll say it that way. Um, just his teachings, because I heard him say one time that the Illuminati aren't bad people. They just have a way of doing things. And I was like,
Oh,
okay,
they only do blood ritual sacrifices and
I know.
worship
But there
Satan.
he's a producer, a writer, a director. So of course, you know, it it just all makes sense if you really look instead of just going by hearsay. The thing is, people need to research, like the books,
Mhm.
Voyagers. Like, come here and learn, yeah, but you also really need to read the books and do all this stuff and make sure that you feel it. But instead of just going by what people are telling you and what everyone's doing, but I guess that's the big thing about authenticity. Just be yourself and not follow. But
I just want to say real quick also, you guys, from the according to these teachings, and you hear Speaker One talk about it specifically, channeling is not something that the guardians do. Indigo adepts don't do channeling. We go if you anything you channel only your higher self, not some other family of consciousness like Bashar admittedly says that he's channeling some other entity, not his own entity, but someone else. You can even find that online. He mentions that. So that it's dangerous, it's risky to channel. And why are you bringing some other consciousness into your body? Why would do you have anything between you and Source God? You don't need anything out here. You don't need to channel anything like an angel or alien, right? So I just wanted to say that
yeah,
real quick.
yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah. I even brought that up the other day to someone in my family. I don't know who it was, but the religion thing and going to I don't know if they're a priest or what they are, but to confess all your sins to the confessional, you have to tell him so he can take care of it with God. What?
Yeah.
No, I got that. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, just so much distortion that if people would really sit and think about it, then, well, not all of them, but it don't make sense to have a middleman for God. I mean, even before these teachings, I had never understood that.
Yeah.
Like, why can't I just speak directly?
Yeah.
But
Um, we actually have Hand Pan Mermaid asking you a question, Shelly.
uh-huh,
Um, she wants to know if you can talk to animals, or maybe you've ever had some experience with animals in that way.
I can, yeah. And I
Whoa.
talk to trees and they talk back actually for the first time. All last summer, well, all the time, I go to my little space. It's a oak tree stump with my fae, not my fae, but with fae. And I always stop at one tree and exchange energy. And I sing songs as I'm exchanging energy. And I asked and asked last year for it to reach down and touch me, and it never did. But then the first time I went this spring to my spot, because here we get snow and ice and below zero. So in the winter, it's hard for me to get over there. But I went over to my tree, and as I'm walking up, I see one branch just flopping like it's waving at me because he was
One
so
branch.
excited to see me. One branch, no other trees were blowing, and one branch was just bobbing. So I walk up because I'm singing songs, and you know, my I feel I'm glowing. And I walked over and put my feet because there's a root that sticks up. So I put my feet on the root, the arch, and
Mhm.
then my hands, and I sing to the tree. Yes, I sing to trees, I talk to trees, I hug trees. I'm that person. But and he just reached down and put his branch on my shoulder so
Oh,
hard. I had pressure pushing on my shoulder. So I know that it was him that did it. It wasn't the wind blowing it. Like he was pushing
yeah.
down. And then he did it for me the other day too. So I'm really excited about
Well,
that.
that's like a shaman or druid thing. I mean, they have whole spirituality based on, working with trees or animals. And same with
Right.
the Native Americans too. So,
I've had a lot of native lifetimes. Um, I've been, I, the words I heard was medicine man. And when I see me, I was a man. I was a medicine man. So, um,
me too.
yeah. So yeah, that was exciting to me to find out. I'd always felt it, but yeah, that was exciting. So going to Sedona, that was really cool for me. Um, it was, I'm, it just felt comfortable. I recognized it. It felt familiar, and I hadn't been to Sedona. I've been to
In this
Phoenix.
life, in this lifetime.
Right, right. I've been to Phoenix and Tucson this lifetime, but I'd never went to Sedona. But
Yeah.
I have been being like drawn to Sedona for the last 2 years. So this opportunity come up, and there was no way I was going to pass it up with all you guys, and then being Sedona. It everything works out as it's supposed to,
Yeah,
you know?
divine timing.
Yeah, yeah. I appreciated it more now than I would have, not understanding why I needed to go. But yeah, it was
I
definitely it was awesome.
and actually our sister Giannis, she has a question for you too.
Mhm.
Um, uh, she is, can you ask Shelly about prophetic dreams and astral travel? So have you had those?
Um, I have had a couple. My dreams, I don't remember many of them, and I don't know why. Um,
Are you vaping or a lot, or just the smoking cannabis a lot, maybe?
it could, well, even when I didn't smoke cannabis like I have been
Oh,
recently,
mhm.
um, I still didn't really remember my dreams. I remember encounters in while I'm asleep. I've had a few encounters while I was sleeping. When I was little, I had the same nightmare 3 different times. And I had been wondering what it was like all these years. And that was in like first grade. But I was in a cave or underground, and I was like tied to a rock wall,
Wow.
and there was a dark energy that just kept pacing in front of me. And I was screaming and crying. I mean, so hard that I woke myself up, still screaming and crying. So, and I did that 3 different times with that dream, but it happened to me a lot. So I feel like as a child, I was being abducted. Now looking back on it, under knowing more, um,
Hmm.
I feel like I was being abducted, and they were loose energy or whatever they do.
Well, can you describe was it a gray or some other type of alien being?
All I could see, I couldn't see. All I seen was a black silhouette. It was tall and thin and not really like a bodily shape. I could see like the shape of the head, and barely a shoulder, and then went straight down. But, and it just paced. But I couldn't see any type of features or anything any of the times. Because I'd always said, oh, all my encounters have been beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
And then that came to my mind, and I was like, wait a minute, that's what was happening. I didn't
Mhm.
even know. So yeah, I
Yes, some of
figured
these
that out.
experiences, they can take you out of time. Um, they target, just like the government wants to only target indigos or star seeds. Well, so do these aliens. They're going to target indigos. They're after certain DNA. They're after, when it comes to women, they want their to bear children or to kidnap their children or whatever. But yeah, so
I
that,
think I I think I had a incubus or succubus.
yeah, I was just going to
I mean,
mention that.
yeah, sorry. I You can finish if you want.
No, it's okay, dear.
No,
I've
you
experienced that
reminded
too.
me.
The
Yeah.
female version, which is succubus, the male version is incubus. You had
See, I
that
don't
recently,
know.
or in
Yeah.
your?
Well, it's been a few years ago, but I don't know if it was that or if it was the little boy that I seen later. A ghost, a full body apparition of a little boy. But I would
I
always
see
feel my,
dead people,
I
right?
did, yeah. I could always feel my bed when I was asleep in it. Like it would press down, someone
Yeah,
would sit on it, or someone would tug at my blankets, like try to pull them down. Um,
trying to get your attention.
yeah.
See,
So I don't know if
that
it was
sounds
like
like the little boy because a incubus, a succubus paralyzes you,
oh,
and you
good.
can't breathe, and it. So that doesn't.
Okay.
So maybe it
Okay, good.
was. Yeah,
All right. Then it must have been the little boy. I'm good with
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But I thought there was really a little boy, and I wasn't on anything, guys.
yeah.
I was looking around the corner in my kitchen because I seen my cousin staring in there. So I looked to see what she was looking at because she's seen it too. I'm wrong. My cousin that passed away, me and her were quite a bit alike.
Mhm.
She took her own life. So I don't know, but I think that she was an indigo because we could relate to a lot of things, the weird things, the
Yeah.
beautiful things. But it was a little boy playing in my son's room, and he was spinning in a circle with one of those sticks with the ribbon tied to it, the old toys that they would
Hmm.
just fling around. And
Yeah.
he was spinning in that circle and just spinning his stick with the ribbon around. And I looked at her and she looked at me, and I went in the bedroom and I said, hey, what? And there was no one in there.
Well,
So I come back and huh?
do you think this
I,
this is like a haunted house type of thing or something else?
it was my old house. It was
Uh,
my house with
that's what I
3
mean.
acres. Yeah.
Maybe someone who lived there before.
My children always said that they heard stuff back there
Mm.
because they're real sensitive to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, I hadn't been, but then my Kundalini activated. And that's when I seen the little boy. And I went back there, no one was there. I asked my cousin what she seen, and she said a little boy. And I said, what was he wearing? And she told me everything that he had on that I seen.
Wow.
So I know
Confirmation.
that he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't want to tell her because I didn't want her to be like, yeah, and me not know for sure.
Yeah.
So I made sure she told me. So I knew for sure.
Well, tell us about your Kundalini experience.
I had been practicing yoga for 8 years, like every day. I loved it. And it was a good time in my life. At that time, I was in a really good spot. Um, but I didn't know anything about it. I had no idea what the Kundalini was. And when it happened, I didn't even know what happened. Like it
Yeah.
surprised me. Yeah. And
They didn't warn you in the yoga class, huh?
No, no, no warning at all. But
Are you
it,
self-taught or are you in a class?
I done it with a YouTube thing. I didn't
Okay,
go to class.
that's fine.
The
Yeah.
postures I would get in, there's no way I was going to go do that stuff in front of a bunch of people I didn't know.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, but yoga's amazing though. Like it
It really
really
helped
is.
you.
It's good for body, mind, and spirit. It
Yeah.
sounds cliche,
Yeah.
but it's absolutely because it helped my Kundalini activate for sure. Because it wouldn't have without that. There's no way it would have without me doing that. Because at that time, I was married and my husband's dad and him were military guys and just, just I was my phone's falling. I was all about not hardcore, but the military and respect and which I'm not going to go there, but I was still pretty programmed. I'll say
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kundalini activated that day. I don't know if you need to be prepared, guys. I kicked my husband out that same day my Kundalini activated because I told him, this isn't who I am. This isn't me. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about right now, but I knew that that lifestyle and
Yeah.
the road
Yeah.
I was on wasn't me.
And you said,
So,
I'm not gonna follow this lifestyle anymore.
yeah,
Goodbye.
yeah. And that day it was done. And yeah, that was a big thing. But
Oh, well, how did it feel? Is it painful? Is it pleasurable? Like, I know people feel different things, but what was your experience?
it was crazy. Um, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I think I blacked out for a second and but it was good though. It was it was crazy, but it was beautiful. It was definitely a good thing, not a negative thing.
But you
I
you
I don't
didn't
know how to
realize
explain it.
until later that it was
I didn't
actually
know what it
the
was. I didn't know
Kundalini.
what
Yeah,
happened.
right.
Like I went to sleep. I went to bed and I didn't know what it was up until just a few years ago.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's what happened. Yeah. It Yeah, be ready. Be ready, guys. You have to, I don't know. I have no advice on that. None at all. Enjoy. Just be ready for it.
How
It
about
was
how many
beautiful. It was a beautiful experience.
you were practicing a lot of different asanas, I mean yoga positions or specific few?
I actually I ended up buying their VHS at the
Oh,
time.
okay.
So I had like four different VHS that I practiced.
Mhm.
Um, but
S-
they've done breath work with it and
Oh,
everything.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
actually very powerful.
yeah, yes, it is. It's great. I was in the best shape that I had ever been in my life. I'm it it was amazing. I always say I need to start doing it again, but I've done it a couple times recently. I just need to get in the routine again.
Yeah, it'd be like muscle memory, you know?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know once I start doing it, I'm going to fall in love with it all over again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it has lots of benefits, not
I
just
was
Kundalini,
so
but
toned.
yeah,
My,
there we go. There's another
I was
benefit.
so toned. I mean, I weighed like 140, but I was in like a size 3. And yeah, yeah, I was firm. I wore that Catwoman costume for Halloween that year with the X on the front,
You go,
the
girl.
leather. Yeah, 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 yeah. I need to do yoga again.
You were saying
And
that on the trip, I remember.
yeah, yeah,
It's all
yeah.
good. But yeah, did I guess the the breath work was done separately, or you just kind of,
No, it's during the postures.
oh, that's right.
Once
Okay.
you get in a posture, you breathe in and stretch,
Yeah.
and then exhale and stretch more into it. On the exhale, you stretch, and then you
There we go.
breathe and you hold it, and then stretch
Hmm.
further on that posture. So it was just releasing the tension out of your muscles with the breath work. And you would stretch it out. When you get to a tight spot, you'd breathe, and as you exhaled, you bent into it more because exhaling gave you more room to stretch. And then it released all the tension buildup in that area, which is all the negative energy that we hold on to. It releases all of it. So I was doing all kinds of stuff and didn't even realize what all I was doing. It just it really, this path just come to me totally natural. And then your books, not your books, Voyagers, amazing, the connections. Uh, Um, I was going to tell you, I've had a few dreams before I found the teachings and before I really knew that there were other beings. I wasn't
Guardians
real
and
sure. I was still
ETs.
questionable,
Yeah.
but I had an experience after I seen the UFO that stays with me all the time. I started looking just to make sure that it was still there. And I had a dream that I was on a ship and there was a circle of beings, and I wasn't inside of the circle, I was part of the circle. Um,
Was it like a
but
ritual or
no, not at all.
okay.
Um, they were Arcturians, I found out. Later, when I learned how,
Oh,
I asked.
so that's what
And
you're part of.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they were my first encounter.
Wow.
Um, my second encounter was Melchizedek Cloister, a being of Melchizedek Cloister. Um, I was just learning all this and I was worried. I got thinking and I wondered if my first encounter was of the light or of the dark. So I asked, and that night, the same night that I asked, I had a dream. Um, Melchizedek Cloister, a being, come into my room and was at the bottom of my bed. And I was looking at it, beautiful blue. And it was like a plasma, not a perfect ball, but like, I guess, kind of a smeared ball.
Mhm.
But it was trying to form a profile so I wouldn't be afraid. So my human part of my mind wouldn't freak out at what I was seeing. But I seen kind of like a human profile with a blue plasma ball at the end of my bed. And the love that I felt, oh my gosh, I'm getting goosebumps now. I have never in this life, I mean, I know I am that love, but I have never felt anything like that before. The peace and love, and that answered my question.
Yeah.
So, because obviously
It's
they're my
beautiful, sure.
family,
Yeah.
so it
I want to
it was
say, that sounds like Emerald Order, the blue, and it's
yes,
plasma. Well, that's
yeah,
13D, baby. What's up, right?
right, right,
Um,
yeah,
and I know
yeah.
exact as you describe it. I personally have felt that love too. It is like you feel it in all your atoms, your entire body, this love.
Oh yes, yes, and there's nothing but just love and peace,
And
and
to me,
yeah.
it was like a collective. I didn't see it one person. I felt like a family, a huge family. And it was like what I felt was they think of us like treasure. We're like treasure to them. It was such a
Yeah.
fantastic, powerful
Yes,
love, man.
exactly. Yeah. Definitely family.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt about it. It, yeah. And it's hard to even express what I felt because it was so much. It was just beautiful. And the same day they come to me that I asked because I was just beginning, like right in the very beginning, and they come that night to let me know. And that might be why it was just like, I know it's not one being, but like one plasma, or yeah, I'm thinking about the Arcturian. The Arcturian was a collective. I don't know. It was amazing. But
Well, I think the power of that is you asking and then like an intention, like a request out of love in
yeah,
the space of love. And you should try to do that more often, dear. Like whenever
I
you want to know
know.
something, put that
I
intention, ask that question, and it will
I
come.
do. I do. I get answers. I get
Yeah.
answers. Some, but see, the thing with getting answers is when you get an answer, 100 more questions come with that one answer. So at least the questions I asked, because I ask about the stuff that I see
Hmm.
and the stuff that I feel. And there's a broader answer and a broader explanation than what they can show me one time or tell me one
Hmm.
time. So,
Yeah, it's a progressive
yeah,
explanation.
yeah. But we never stop learning. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it. When you get an answer, there's more questions. So
Yeah.
there's more to search about. And it just, you just keep gaining and
Yeah.
gaining more knowledge and experience
It's a
by,
journey for sure.
yeah,
And
yes.
I want to ask you, Shelly, I want to start showing some of these photos that you've taken. Before I show them, can you explain
Yeah.
what are on these photos? Because I already know that some people are just gonna say they don't see nothing, they think it's all
Right.
BS.
Oh,
And that's
yeah, there's a
okay.
lot.
That's
Yeah,
okay. People
yeah.
are not gonna see anything, but we're still gonna have this. Shelly's gonna talk about some of the things she's seen and captured on camera. I want to personally say you guys have seen my videos of my orbs. It's no joke. These are spiritual
Oh,
beings in a
no.
different frequency. And
Yes.
so, but sometimes you can see them without a camera lens or whatever. But Shelly has caught a lot of things on camera. Can you tell us some of the things that you have actually seen?
Oh, gosh. I see so much. It's to the point now.
And you feel them. You don't just see them. You're actually
Oh, they get me. They come
right.
and get me to come and take a picture. I can sit and not even be looking at outside or anything. And I'll look up and I'll see something. And it's like, if I don't go take a picture, it stays and stays and stays. And until I go outside and take a picture. Like they pull me and pull me to come and get pictures. Yeah, that it's so hard to explain. That is like a giant sphere that looks like another planet. I'm not going to hold back on this. I'm just going to say,
Don't, yeah, just say what you
yeah,
really feel, dear. Be
okay, but
authentic
see
about it.
how it curves at the bottom? Like at the very, very bottom, it's light.
Are you talking about this part?
No, down at the very bottom by the trees and the building. It goes from the center right above the trees, go right above the trees,
Which
touch
trees
the
though?
trees.
The
Yeah,
left side?
any side. It takes up the whole picture. That whole dark blue and white of clouds. If you look at the bottom, it kind of curves. Like that is what I call my giant blue orb.
Wow.
And up the middle, it's so weird what I see though. Up the middle is like these are actually structures that I see that I believe are part of the matrix because you know how they say we have like an energetic bubble or whatever. The matrix I see it as being black, and it's like the eggshell cartons that pop out, like the different egg spots. And what happens is they like come out like the Chinese yo-yos that you went like that and they come out. All this stuff comes out like that of the back, that whole round structure. I mean, this whole picture is it. That whole blue and white. That's it. All of that, it's so weird, has like come out like a Chinese yo-yo.
Mhm.
And then the clouds come from all different ways. But they're some of the clouds are attached to that black, I'm going to call it the matrix because I don't know what really to call it. But
You should make a video explaining that, dear. That'd
I
be
need
awesome.
to. I really need to.
What
Here we
about the
go. This is better here. Okay. All the clouds right here are attached to the black matrix that comes out of the side. Because if you notice in all these pictures that we look at, the clouds on the big objects like this, the clouds always are attached to something. They're not just big fluffy clouds, like they're flat and then they cloud out. This is a giant black, I don't know what it is. It looks like a mouth and eyes, but the white clouds are holes in it. But the thing is, these carry consciousness because I sing to them and I talk to them and they'll lower to me. Um,
You're talking
there
about
are,
clouds now.
well, these are usually behind the clouds, pretty much all the clouds in our sky right now are objects like this. Some of them are not attached to the side. Some of them, there's another picture in there that says Indianapolis, Indiana, and that kind of shows how it's set up. Because at the top of the matrix, I have gotten a picture. I didn't send it because it's hard to even see what it is, but it's like different little fragments,
Mhm.
like pixels, pixelated. When I zoom in on my camera, and the very center like comes down and it all comes out. You know, the octopus ride at Kings Island or a carnival with the octopus with all the arms that come out and it spins.
Okay.
Um, it's just like that, the octopus ride. But these are big black objects behind the clouds that create all the storms, create even most of the airplanes and um, the chemtrail airplanes and all. Those aren't real airplanes, guys. And then the big black object to the right, and all the clouds
This?
sprouting out of the front of it, that's holes in the. This is part of the matrix that have popped out. Those are holes the clouds are coming out of. And even at the side of it to the right, those two holes, and then the split in the front to the left, that long, thin line under, it's so hard to explain, but the long, white, thin line that looks like a cloud or a
This?
chemtrail is what it looks like.
Yeah,
It looks like
chemtrails.
a chemtrail.
Yeah.
Um, it's just all part of the matrix. I think it's like,
You mean like the flat Earth thing? Like where it's inside of some fake artificial thing?
well, see, what I see happen is it's so confusing to me, Anahazi. I'm still asking, trying to get answers to this stuff.
Of course.
Um, I get shown stuff, and like I said, it brings 1,000 more questions to what it is. But I know that this object right here comes
The,
out of the side. See, the dome thing confused me for a long time, but I see how it's being done. I have figured out how it's being done. Now, whether it's cloud seeding or the military, secret stuff, I don't know. It's way beyond that, except the dark forces, I feel like, work with our military.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a human and multi-dimensional beings doing this. It There's so much to say about all that. But you can look in the sky. Next time you guys take a picture, look in the sky. I mean, and it's always there. You'll see a real dark blue part of the sky, and around the bottom, like where the land is, like when the sun's set, the horizon, you'll see a real thin turquoise or light blue, and that is our original sky. And the dark blue is the dome that is brought in.
You mean kind of like holographic inserts?
Yeah, there's a lot of holographic inserts there. A lot of it
Probably
is.
probably hiding stuff, blocking so people can't see.
That's what the clouds do. Those clouds are to block what's behind it, like that, your backdrop right there.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. To my right, the stars and
Hmm.
the triangle, that looks like the portals that I see.
I see.
Um,
Well, you were in a plane before and the clouds were below you. Does that give you a different perspective?
no, because I know that a lot of the clouds, because I have so many pictures and I zoom in and I spend
Right.
like an hour on one picture looking at all of it. Um, they're not clouds. The clouds that have the black bottoms or
Well,
that look kind of
so let
like,
me ask you this. You think there's two things going on. There's the real and then there's the artificial, like
yeah,
covering it or inner kind of like integrating
right.
into the real.
The Metatronic
Yeah.
stuff is above us, the inorganic stuff.
Mhm.
And they brought that in, and that's what's causing all of this.
All of what?
The disasters, see, I'm so, okay, I'm not going to get into that because I'm confused with that. And it's a lot. Like, I don't want to lay a whole bunch on you guys, but yeah, that it's higher consciousness that controls that. Um, I feel like it was bad, but they're trying to help us maybe
Some beings
for
are.
I don't know. See, I still have a lot of questions with all this that I
What
see.
about this photo,
To the right, the
which is
darker
my
part,
left? Uh-huh.
okay, the other side. Well,
Okay.
that too, that's a part of it. But that tube up, one more. Well, that's part of it too. So that part he was just on, and then the part he's on now, that long part, um, that's part of it. See, it's like a giant puzzle. All the pieces, if you look at the clouds in the sky, all of them fit together like a puzzle. You will see squares. That's not a natural cloud. So look further than the distraction, because they put distractions on this stuff so you don't see what's behind the cloud.
Well, do you think the chemtrails are part of this technology, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I sent you a couple pictures of an airplane laying out the chemtrails. Um, See, from what I have gathered,
this one?
yeah, that one. If I sent a close up of it too, but yeah, you're zooming in. If you zoom in where the airplane is supposed to be on this, it's a light. There's no airplane there making that chemtrail. That light is making that chemtrail. But that light to your eye looks like an airplane. It's not. It's an orb or a ship cloaked.
You mean in this case, or are you saying all
In
cases?
that one,
Because sometimes you can see the airplane shape.
I
And
could
this,
see an airplane shape with this picture, with all of them that I take. Like, I think this one's in Sedona, so I didn't see because it was so far away.
right.
But all the chemtrails that I see and I take pictures of, the airplane, when I zoom in, it's a light.
What is
Now,
your camera's zoom magnification?
oh, my camera's got a great camera. I've never looked at that,
But
but
it's
I can
like over a
do,
hundred,
I don't
probably.
know. I've
Yeah.
never looked, but I can zoom into the sun, like into the sun. Um, but yeah, a lot of this stuff's holographic, but that's like a whole wall of the black matrix protruding out.
This one?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it builds it, it's so hard to explain. Like I can see when like this, when this comes in and you guys see the squares on the front, like you see the squares on that, like the sun, that bright spot, that's the sun, guys. That big square right there, that's the sun. Yeah. And then it would be your left, Anahazi, that
Here.
big square. No, sorry, maybe it's your right too. But that's part of it. Yeah, over here, the square.
Okay.
And above that, even that huge square. I don't know. It's hard if I can't
So, what
point.
do you think this is doing? Like, is this covering stuff up? Is it just trying to show you stuff? Is it just what's the purpose of it?
Well, um, there's so many ways I look at this that because like I said, I listen to everybody and I take
Hmm.
pieces from everyone and I kind of fit it together. Um, I feel like a part of me, let's do that. A part of me feels like at times it's helping with the people's abilities and the ascension for those that are upgrading and it's but then again I see the destruction it's causing because these are big storms, the big tornadoes in Texas.
Well, maybe it's two different agendas, more than one agenda.
Yeah, see, that's what I think. That's really what I feel
Mhm.
because like some of it feels good and then some of it feels not.
Yeah.
But one of the first messages I got was during the April eclipse, and it was purification has begun, that they are back to collect what's theirs.
When did you get
So
this? Recently?
my that was at the eclipse,
Okay.
April a couple years ago. So
Can you repeat that message?
the purification was beginning, that they are here to collect what's theirs. So I don't know if that means
Well, purification could mean different things.
right. Well, purification of the land of us. Um, the first volcano that went off in Indonesia, I seen one of the objects, I seen it come out of the volcano with the smoke, the first burl of smoke that a volcano lets off. I seen it, it was a giant ship. It
You mean
come out of the volcano
on a
and the
news
tail,
clip?
huh?
Something you saw in the news? Or
I
were you?
watched a video of it
Okay.
on
Okay.
TikTok. Someone in Indonesia recorded it
Hmm.
and I was watching the video.
And it came out
They
of
were
the,
just, yeah, they were just recording the volcano eruption. They,
but
but
you
when I
noticed it.
watched it,
You
yeah,
noticed it.
I seen it come up out of the volcano in the big first plume of smoke, and the tail of it like pulled the lava out as it come out to blow. But the message I got with that was that they were destroying the tunnels and it come up out of the volcano, but it was underground, destroying tunnels underground.
You mean like the elite tunnels where they take
Right.
kids and
Yeah,
whatever?
the bad tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but it's all being done for our highest good is a message that I got back then too.
Okay.
So just know that everything happens for a reason. And I was also told to stay neutral in everything. Don't pick sides in the election or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's the moon.
Looks like two right here.
Exactly. And then do you see the box around it? I don't know if you can see the box. It might just
You
be
mean
my
here
eye. No. Well,
or
that's the bottom base of it. But above that, like the moon sitting on that, and then it has a thin box around the front. There's a square, and then it comes back
hmm.
because the moon
Some
and
of
the
it's
sun are not just floating up there, okay? They're sitting on these like the Chinese yo-yos that come out, and I can see it. You guys probably can't. Well, some of you can, I'm sure, but I can see that coming out of the right side. The darkest spot to the right is where it comes out of. Um, Back a little more. Well, right above that, yeah. But
well,
it's
yeah, this
oh,
is
that is two of them. Look, there is two moons.
yeah, it looks like two to me. I saw that
Yeah,
right away.
I get that a few times. I've gotten two moons, but there's a total box around the moon in that one because the moon and the sun are not just floating. They are attached to one of those things that come out like the Chinese yo-yo.
S-
It holds on to it.
So is
And
it
it
blocking something? Is it supporting something or do you, I mean, so you're saying the moon and the sun are just technologies or what?
no, I no, not a light like that. It's this the sun is so weird. I don't know where to start with it because I think that the sun in the front is a fake sun, but our sun is behind it. I see like a projector for the holographic stuff up there in
Right.
the like in the middle. And the two suns, original sun, I guess, I don't know, but the sun behind it blast at all of whatever's right here, like the not the oh, I can't think. I don't even know how to explain it. Like the mirrors and everything that it reflects out onto the holographic stuff. It's so hard to I see so deep, and when I start talking about it, unless I'm pointing and showing, and the if the person can't see it, then they just think I'm a whole Looney Tune. but but there is, I believe, to be a artificial sun, something back here with the light shining the
Hmm.
artificial sun, and then like the projectors back here, and then there's mirrors, a big mirror, and other things right here. It's just so weird.
You know what you could
But
do is on your
I
social
don't
media, make videos, like take one picture and then demonstrate
explain
exactly
it.
what you're saying. Yeah. Even if you have to draw
I
stuff
will.
and show and
I've done that
arrows.
a few times. I should have sent you a couple pictures like that. I didn't
Mm.
even think about doing that, but I've done that. I've
Yeah.
gotten a
Cool.
picture and got real close and outlined it.
Right.
I want everyone to see this. I want everyone to share this. I want to share it with everybody. It's amazing. But I've
May
seen a sphere like we just seen the box around the
Hmm.
moon. I've seen a sphere around the sun, and I've seen it within a box.
Mm.
Um,
Maybe
but
even get one of those high powerful cameras that can really get excellent quality. Would that
see,
help?
that's I need to work on my enhancing. It's so hard to enhance the pictures because
With
when
the
they project
original,
it,
uh
when they project it, they know how to project it so people don't see that. They know how to cloak what's behind it.
right.
So I just need to. I've been working on the enhancing for many years now, but it's hard to get it how I want to get it.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah,
I can show a few more, so second here.
and the moon, I've seen the giant satellite, like the big dip, the crater in the moon, the great big one. I think it's on the bottom. That is somehow a huge satellite. You can't see it in that. I have to be real, real close to it. But if you get a real close picture of the moon, I
You
all
can see it.
the craters with the little pucker in the middle of the crater, those are all satellites, guys. That's the sun. Yeah. That, and then if in the back behind the sun, you can see another circle, and then even behind it, there's another circle.
Hmm.
So it's like reflected. But because what I see, the black, the matrix stuff
Yeah.
is um like an accordion. You know how an accordion folds all together?
Yeah.
It's like that. Like I've seen like paper, I don't know. Okay, this is the big, this is so hard to explain. Not really. It's like an octopus. See in the middle, like the solid, it looks kind of solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. And then right below it, the dark part with the
Here
cloud in the
or
middle. Yeah, yeah. That's like the base of it. And then up to the right, above the big gold building we have, that curly Q dark cloud that's coming out, that is one of the extensions that is like the Chinese jump rope. It just fits inside of each other, but it projects out. It's so weird, but that's what causes the tornadoes. There's a spot on that arm right there that lowers down and
mm.
spins, and it gets a big tornado going. I've watched it. I've seen it happen. It's crazy, but those are everywhere those big clouds are. That's all part of it. That whole thing.
So
Yeah.
what do you see on a clear sky? Probably not much, right?
On a clear sky, there's a lot of cloaking. Like that's when they have a lot of the chemtrails out because they're covering what's back there. That's why the skies get so bad because they're hiding what's there. They don't want us to see what is behind the clouds that they're trying to hide from us. Whoever,
Yeah.
but yeah, they don't want us to see that. Um,
What do you think of those clouds that have this weird shape that people say is hiding a UFO, or they use that to hide a UFO?
that's part of it. It's
Yeah.
part of it. And these are all, I guess, a type of UFO, just not what humans think they are. They don't have
Not like a
beings living
physical.
in them.
Yeah.
Right. These are consciousness controlled because I see where the beings are at, where the energy is, and I
Hmm.
see the color of the energy at each spot.
Mm.
Um, and also, yeah, it so it is consciousness controlled for sure. And even the parts of the machine, I guess, the cosmic machine. The clouds that aren't attached, but they're still part of it, those are the ones that lower to me. When I sing to them and ask them to lower to me and I talk to them, they lower to me.
Can you
That's,
describe this one? This
yeah,
one's interesting.
that, can you see the big black, like, bubble kind of? All those clouds right there are attached to a black object. If you can look at the clouds and then look at the end of them where they're flat, they're bigger and they're flat. The flat part is attached to a black object. And the
Well,
thing is,
I certainly do see some weird lines. Like here's a line, some weird stuff too. It's kind of like a
yeah,
line.
all of them are attached to that object that's behind it that they're trying to hide by putting these clouds on there. Even the up at the top, all those lines, yeah, up higher, up
Yeah,
at
there's
the
something
top,
weird
top.
there. That
Yeah,
looks kind of weird.
yeah. See, they're all attached to a black object. And the thing is, these black
This is
objects can
weird.
like expand as big
This
as they want to get. And they take up the whole sky, like the whole sky. I've had many theories on what I think it is, but that changes daily because I see something else and I'm like, well, I think they do it on purpose to me, though. I think I'll get close to something and then they change it on me.
it's
And
just
then, yeah, what do you see, Anahazi? Do you see the big black circle around the sun? All that gray back there is part of it, is part of what I've seen that
you
comes
took
out.
you talking about this or
No,
something like this
that
or
little, okay, next to, let's start little. Okay, the sun, to the left of the sun,
left.
there's those, yeah, those poofy clouds. There's
Okay.
those, and then the little ones up to right next to it up top. Within that, there is a circle, like a ball of black. I don't know what to call it.
It's hard to see on some of these, but yeah.
But see, and that gray back there, that's
This
part
looks
of it.
weird. That
Yeah,
looks
that whole,
weird.
everything you're looking at
Yeah.
is part of it.
So
The clouds, those
basically
are,
start paying attention and looking closer, right?
yes, yeah, take a picture, zoom in, zoom in. It works your third eye. Like, talk about seeing everything. This is what really helped me activate my third eye, was looking at my pictures. And those two, those clouds, all those clouds are attached to a black object under it.
Well, when you say attached and they're moving though across the sky,
That whole black object is moving across the sky.
I see what you mean.
That whole thing is moving, looking like the clouds are moving because you can't see the black object. It's cloaked. You can't see it. All you see is the clouds. So it looks like the clouds are blowing when in fact it's that whole object that's going across the sky. So see, some of them are attached to the side, but then that one thing you've seen with the arms, I've seen it just go poof and shoot stuff across clouds across the sky.
Yeah.
That's an airplane. That's to my, when I was looking at it with my eye, I seen an airplane. I took a picture and I zoomed in,
Whoa.
and it's
What
some
was
kind
the
of black, those lights are attached to some kind of black object. That's not an airplane.
what did you perceive the black object to be then?
Well, I do think that these are part of what pops out. I think this kind of stuff don't pop out as far. but they're lights on the end of it, and they just travel just to make you think that everything's normal here. Nothing different. There's airplanes flying. Everything's okay. They don't
Well,
want us to see this.
well, there's also obviously real airplanes too. You've been on one, so.
Yeah, there are, but there are not very many. And you can tell a difference. I mean, when you take a picture of them, if you videotape them, the holographic ones, they'll flicker and they'll disappear for a little while and then reappear and then disappear. I have a video actually of, I was watching an airplane and it disappeared and then it reappeared. So, yeah,
Yeah.
most of them are holograms, but there are, of course, real airplanes, but they do the holographic stuff just so you think that everything's normal. Just go on with your day. Don't look up here. Don't pay attention.
Have you seen other people online talk about this kind of stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's not a whole lot, but I have a group that I become friends with on TikTok.
Hmm.
Um and it's not a lot. It's growing. There's more people now seeing it than there was. I think
Like glitches in
me
the
and
Matrix?
yeah, yeah. I think me and one other person began seeing this a few years ago, but now there's like that I know maybe 30 people, 30 or 40. I'm sure there's many more, but that's
Yeah.
all that I ran into with the
Yeah.
videos. But, and people see it and don't realize what they're seeing, so they disregard it. You know, if someone does see it and they're not prepared or ready to see it, they see it, but they don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or
There's
maybe
a
they don't see it at all.
yeah.
I just
Um,
figure everyone sees it because I do.
right.
I want
Um,
them to so bad.
there's a couple of questions. Do you mind changing the
No, not at
topic?
all. I'm
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Celine's saved some of these. What is your experience with fairies?
My granddaughter plays with them a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, we go over to the oak
Another
tree
indigo.
stump. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We go over to my oak tree stump and she asked him to play with her and she'll roll down the hill with him and talk to him and play with them. And she takes some honey. She leaves honey and some chocolate. And like when the bracelet breaks, the beads off the bracelet, we'll take to him and leave him a couple beads. So yeah, and I see him in my pictures. I have a few pictures with fairies
Fairies. Yeah.
and gnomes. I've got a couple gnomes. Um, and I just posted on, I think, Instagram, a picture of, I took a picture of the moon because the moon is just crazy. It's been really weird. And I got the top of my tree in the picture. And when I zoomed in, all the little branches at the top of the trees were all little faces looking up at the sky. So I just posted that because of the tree spirits. They're everywhere. It's beings are just everywhere. You just have to give out love and be willing to see.
Have
I've
that
asked,
open mind, right?
right, right. I've
Mhm.
asked a couple times for the veil to be lifted from my eyes
Mhm.
and or from my eye, and it works.
Yeah.
But you have to say it with love and want to see for the right
Sincerity,
reason.
sincerity
Yeah,
and love.
it's
Yeah.
your intent. If your intent is good and pure, you'll
Hmm.
see.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Here's another question. Have you experienced prophetic dreams and astral projection?
I have. Um, I've been to Lyra. Well, see that I was talking, I think it was Anahazi before the interview about astral project or remote viewing. And when I think that I'm astral projecting, I'm actually me as that being
Hmm.
where I'm at. So, like when I went to Lyra, I was me in my Lyran form to them.
Yeah.
And when I got there, everyone come up and hugged me and said, "We've been waiting on
Yeah.
you. Where have you been?" So it was my family greeting me when I got there. Um, and I'm always me there. Um, Even when I see past lives, like in Lemuria, I was a high priestess. And when I went, I was me there. Like I was me. I could see out of my eyes and everything there. And I could feel what I was wearing. But yeah, yeah, I've been to Lyra. I go to Lyra a lot. I've been to Lemuria. I've been to ancient Egypt because I wanted to see my past lives.
Hmm.
And that's how I did it. I went and I looked.
Well, I want to
Um,
say that that's when you see yourself as that moment or that being, that really is either simultaneous or previous or future life that we can experience in this 3D location. So you were that other being. You're seeing through your eyes at that
right,
incarnation or that other self. So,
right. Yeah, thank you.
and so
You said
you,
it much better than I did.
but you really resonate with the lions, the feline Lyran cat people, right?
Oh, absolutely. In so many ways. Yeah. Um, it's weird because my late husband, I didn't know then, but he was absolutely Lyran. He looked like a lion. He looked just like a lion. His hair, everything. Everyone always told him he looked like on Beauty and the Beast, the old TV series, that he looked like the beast on that, but he was a lion-ish. But yeah, I definitely cat, definitely feline. When I was little, I used to tell people that I was a big fluffy white cat in my life before this one.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
and that I didn't know. I
you
had
know,
no clue.
one
But I
of
would
the
always, uh-huh.
one of the Lyran Orifime are those Persian white cats. So
Yeah. Well,
Orifime, yeah.
yeah, that's who I am. That's what I tell everybody. So, Orifemes,
Yeah.
Lyran. But
Um,
yeah, so you always kind of know because I always even acted like a cat when I was little. I'd meow and crawl around on the floor.
or some people have a really, powerful connection to cats, or they love cats, or
Oh, I love cats.
yeah.
Yeah. My mom won't let me have any because I'm in her place, but
She
I
allergic, or she just doesn't like them.
she don't like animals.
Oh yeah, I know people like
None.
that.
No animals. Yeah, I tell everyone the only animal I ever had, my only pet, was a dead hermit crab. I didn't know it
Oh
was dead though. I
yeah,
was like really little. But yeah, so that's the extent of a pet that I got. But no, I love all animals.
yeah,
But I really resonate with cats, especially big white fluffy ones.
yeah. Me
But
too. Especially when you're get close to these teachings, you're gonna have some experience with these feline beings,
oh,
eventually. So.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And if yeah, I suggest to definitely go back home. Go back to Lyra
Mhm.
because I even see myself feline in my feline form. Um, but yeah, but it was such a cool greeting that I got when I got there. It's like everyone come over to me and we've been waiting on you. It was really, it's amazing.
Well, I want to say that probably one of my first ever visions, or you would say, like you said, was me seeing a group of people, and almost like you said, like those are my family. I recognize them. They recognize me, and I'm coming into that group of people while I'm
Yeah,
in 3D Earth having this out of body experience, you know.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
I was greeted by some angelic being. Like that was the first thing, kind of like so I wasn't scared. Like I heard you mention before, they don't want you to be scared. And
No.
then they showed me a huge, almost like a choir of angelic beings. Oh my gosh, it was so profound. But yeah, this is your people telling you
Oh,
that,
yeah.
hey, you're part of this. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because they even told me, we've been waiting on you. We've
mhm.
been waiting for you with the big hug. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was, it's beautiful.
What do you
Um,
think? What do you think has been, unless if you haven't already said it, what do you think has been your most profound, powerful experience?
mm, I think my encounters and then traveling and seeing my family, like that just all totally confirmed it because you can't take that from me. You can't tell me that doesn't
Right.
exist
Right.
because yes, it does. So I think that the encounters and then everything I see and everything I ask about, I receive an answer. Although I'm asking so many more questions after, but it's, you just know once
Mhm.
you've seen and once you've been around your
Mhm.
family in Lyra,
Yeah.
and I mean, beings, your family coming to you in your room just to confirm that that was a being of
Mhm.
light, your family. Like, you, yeah, you can't tell me it's not real.
Well, that's why you hear me saying, you don't have to worry about people not believing you. Who
Oh,
cares
no.
after a point? You know, it's a
Right.
cognizance, it's a knowing, an experience. You can't give that experience
Yeah,
to someone else. They have to experience it themselves. So you can't expect
absolutely.
people to criticize you, but don't let that bother you. Just
Yeah.
stand in that confidence. Yes, I've had this. You're not take like you said, you're not taking that away from me.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Because that's what they're here for. They don't know it, but it's kind of like a test to
mhm.
see if they can pull you back to 3D because the dark forces does not want you to see past 3D. So people from 3D are going to come and tell you, oh, that's corny, that's dumb, you're crazy, that it's not real. Stand firm in what you know. Like, don't let anyone sway you either other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask, what do you think is like the biggest misconception about psychic abilities?
That they're from the devil.
Yeah, that's a good one, Shelly.
My family, my aunt still thinks that when you clear your mind, it's room for the devil to come in.
That's so
And
horrible to clear your mind, right?
when I was little, she told me that, and I believed it. And when I was little, I could look at a dot on the wall and I could just be gone. And after she told me that, it scared me. And I got to where when I would clear my mind, I would start thinking about something. Otherwise, I would be so much more advanced. But
Well,
religion, the
that's why
Catholic,
I say you know, the indigos are born into those perceptions,
yeah,
but parents and 3D life and the church or whatever, they pull that out of the kids and they make them fear
absolutely.
it. And so
Yeah,
now you just disempowered that indigo. Congratulations, right?
absolutely. Yeah, because that's what they did to me. Because here I thought all this stuff was about the devil.
Yeah.
So I was like, ah,
Something's wrong with me.
right, right. So yeah, I proved them wrong.
Yeah, that there's people across the world, millions of people experiencing what we call these ascension symptoms or psychic perceptions. But you guys, people may demonize it, but just realize that this is a natural part of the human experience, awakening their DNA.
Yes.
That's truly what evolution is, not what mainstream says is evolution, but it's actually a form of reclaiming of what humans already have.
Right. And have no fear. I've had two something, something come at me when I was outside, um, from the sky, and it felt like it was huge. All this wind started coming at me, and I
Wow.
felt something coming at me, and I felt like, you first feel the twitch of fear. But then I said, I'm not afraid of you. You don't give me fear. I send you love unconditionally. And the wind stopped, and the fear, I was no longer afraid. So that's lower frequency. When you kick out that love to no matter what it is that is coming at you, you throw love at it, it's gonna poof, it's gonna go.
Because love is a frequency.
Absolutely. A higher
Mhm.
frequency. Low frequency can't stay in that high frequency.
And people
So
just realize that you have that power. You have,
yes,
like you said, stop. You're not allowed. This is my
yeah,
space. Stay out here,
yeah,
if anything. So,
yeah. The two times I've looked directly at whatever it is coming at me,
mhm,
and I've said, you don't scare me. I
right.
do not fear you. I send you love. I love you unconditionally. And you know what? We can do that with storms too. I have had black, dark clouds over the top of me. And anytime it rains, I will start singing songs, and just singing the songs turns the black sky to a blue or a purple. I have changed so many black, scary skies
Yeah.
to blue or purple just
Yeah,
from,
that's probably your connections to your Native American self, right?
yeah,
Because they know how to do that. I mean, like
yeah,
you said, it's just a mental intention and a knowing
yeah.
that you can do
And
it.
I have native friends on TikTok I talk
Mhm.
to a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, a good friend of mine calls me a sky people because
Ah,
he's in a club that's the sky people. And so he comes to me with questions about stuff. It flatters me. It
it's a great
humbles me.
honor. Yeah, it's a great
Yes.
honor.
But yeah, it's just amazing. And I have had a tornado go to the east of me, to the west of me, and to the north of me.
Just
Yeah.
not around you.
No, it's because when I see the black clouds coming in,
Yeah.
I'll sing. But when the sky turns red, although they go around me, but it's kind of late when the sky is red and you see the tornado like going. But
Mhm.
if you go out there and with your heart full of love, that is so very important. With your heart full of love, I go out there and I speak out loud and say, I do not consent to destruction around myself, my children, nor my grandchildren. I love you. I respect you, but I do not consent. And I'll just close it with, and so it is.
Yeah.
And that's why they've went around me. But you have to be the right intent. Because if you go out
Right.
there saying it angrily, like
Yeah.
they're going to give you something to anger to be afraid of.
Do it with
But
reverent respect and
absolutely
stand in that
be
fearlessness.
firm, be firm, but
Yeah.
do it out of your heart with
Right.
love. And then even the holographic airplanes, see, this is how I know too. And the helicopters, I have sent away so many of them because I'll go out there and I'll tell them, if your intent is not of my highest and best good, I do not consent to you being here and you must go now. And they will not make another lap because normally they just lap and lap
Right.
and I won't see them again, but they'll send in a helicopter.
Right.
So I'll have to go out and say it to the helicopter too. And then I won't see the helicopter again.
Yeah.
But I mean, they'll send them every day. But if I go out there and tell them, I do not consent unless you're for my highest and best good, you have to go, and they go. So we are all very powerful. We have to realize that and do it with love, use our power for love. But
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing once that you feel how connected you are and how much you do have control over everything. It's so it's cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Is there a message you'd like to share with people, who may be skeptical about psychic abilities or paranormal phenomena? Because I'm sure you've confronted people like that,
Oh yeah. Well, I
skeptics.
respect their view on it. I totally respect where they are on their
Mm,
path, and I don't try to convince them. If they say prove it, no, I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. And I don't have to prove anything to anybody. And that's ego having to prove it. I don't have to prove it. I know who I am. So just stay strong in who you are and what you know, but do everything out of love and be kind. Don't judge people. Just everyone holds a piece of the puzzle. It takes all of us, all of our different thoughts, all of our
mhm,
different views to come together to complete the puzzle. And just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean it's wrong or it's not right. To us, it might be wrong or not right, but to them, it's right. At least for now, it's right.
mhm.
Um, they'll go along on their path and
Yeah.
hopefully they'll slowly come around and be back. Just plant seeds. That's all you got to
Yeah.
do. Don't force feed, just plant seeds.
Great wisdom, dear. Yes.
Thank you.
If there's one thing you want to, people to take away from your story, what would it be?
Um, the teachings, stick with what you resonate with and stay positive about all of it. Don't like, oh, that'll never happen to me, like in a sorry for me way. Just know that it will. And if it resonates, it belongs to you. So reclaim it, get in there, do it. You have to just do it. You have to get in there and learn and research and don't follow the lead. Just don't follow the lead. Like, you don't have to follow people that are saying this and that. And, you know, listen to all of it, but do your own research. If it
Yeah.
resonates, keep it. If it doesn't, let it go.
Yeah. Great
Depend on you.
advice.
Go to you for your answers.
Yeah.
Everything you need to know is within you. You don't need any outside sources. You got this.
Yeah.
I wish someone would have been there to tell me all that.
And I want to say that, like you just said, not everyone is perceiving this when they're young or they don't think they were born with it. Just realize you guys, all humans have that ability.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, as a matter of fact, these teachings will teach you how to, if it's so important, like a confirmation, you can learn how to run the frequency. You can learn how to activate your levels of chakra. That will
Hmm.
bring you these psychic abilities. And so it's
Yeah.
a path, it's a commitment, it's a journey. For some people, it's not easy, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. So,
It's not easy,
mhm,
but it's worth it.
yeah.
It's rewarding. It's
So
love.
is there any last thing you like to tell people, dear, that you think is important? Like
I don't I don't think so. Just
like what people, take
boundaries.
away from your story?
Just just know that you can do it. Seriously, because I always wanted to be psychic. I always wanted to help people. I always wanted to see things and know things. And I already did. I just didn't know. So it's already there. We just have to bring it back and stick with it because it gets better. Like Anahazi says, it improves as you use it.
Yeah.
And I always say, but I can't use it. like when I want, like when I ask a question, I don't get the answer right away. You probably are. You're just not realizing it because I did. I just didn't realize it until coming here and all
Yeah.
the remembrance that this has brought back to me. Like I remember being on, oh yeah, this is another one on the ship of an Anunnaki ship.
Oh.
I was a slave. They had kidnapped me.
Well, you
And
mentioned that earlier, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I told you this before,
It
but
was
one of
like,
my friends
th
got pushed off the bottom of
okay.
it and got sucked into different pieces, like sucked apart. But just stick with it because these teachings, they totally brought my remembrance to me. I remember so much and I'm remembering more and more every day. So just stick with it. It
S-
it'll all come.
Well, it's been a great honor to have you on this
Thank
tonight's
you.
live, Shelly.
I'm
Um,
honored to have been here. Thank you, Anahazi. And
yeah, of
everybody, thank
course.
you.
And we'll probably have Indigo Wizard soon, or even if Celine or Giannis wants to be on, we'll make that happen as well.
That'd be
So,
fun.
can you tell anyone, is there any place that people can reach you, or do you have a website, or do you have some type of media?
I'm on TikTok um, as Stardust Goddess, and then Facebook and Instagram. Um, I'm friends with Anahazi, so if you follow Anahazi, you can find me. And Shelly, just look for Shelly or Stardust Goddess.
Yeah.
I'm that on all of them.
Okay. Thank you so much, sister.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for everybody else. Hopefully you guys can come again on Tuesday, and we'll probably have another guest. So much love and much respect to all of you. Blessings.
Good night.
Machiwa.